is 050-540/2021.
And what agency is this?
Dallas.
Okay.
And how did you say that I can verify that you're really a police?
Hang up with me. Dial 972-744-4800.
And how would that verify that you're a police?
Ma'am,
What was your badge number?
my last name is Schumann, SCHUMANN. Badge number is 989. I'm going to give you this service number for this call as well.
Okay. Oh, good. So did you put in the report that I had to call all the way to Richardson because Dallas won't investigate 60-something reports and are covering for crimes that happened to me?
I will make.
You there?
They're not helping you or doing anything, and that you stop to us for help. Okay?
Yes. They're covering for the crimes. The 60-something reports they want to investigate, and I tried to inform Internal Affairs what was going on, and they had a police remove me. So I don't know what to do. Why was there such a massive amount of corruption? They refused to investigate any of the reports.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready to copy this report number down.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting something to write with. What do you recommend for me to have rights in multiple police departments are targeting me and deny me the right to law enforcement?
You're saying multiple police departments are targeting you?
Yes, and deny me law enforcement.
For what? What are they targeting you for?
I do have a stalker. And what is this report 202200044957? What is that regarding? The report that I...
This is regarding that you're talking to me, that you said you've reached out to Dallas over 60 times. They haven't done anything for you yet, so you're reaching to a department far out in Richardson to see, if they can help you.
Right. It's not that they haven't done anything. They're covering for the crimes or committing crimes. It's not that they haven't done anything yet. They're committing crimes, covering for criminal activity, and deny me law enforcement.
So
that's what I said.
The department is committing crimes and not providing with law enforcement?
Right. Isn't that a crime? Denying law enforcement? Out of corruption?
What?
Is denying law enforcement a crime out of corruption?
Is denying law enforcement a crime out of corruption?
Yes, if you deny a party law enforcement out of criminal activity or corruption, isn't that a crime?
Okay. What do you mean provide law enforcement? What do you mean by that?
If I have 60-something reports they're denying investigation for, isn't that criminal?
Hang on one second. Sorry, somebody's about to drive down the wrong way in an entrance.
Okay.
So you're asking if Dallas PD is not providing law enforcement, is that a crime?
Denying someone law enforcement, covering up for 60-something reports, isn't that criminal? Denying a citizen law enforcement for cover up.
Okay, I'm guessing if there was no elements for an offense, maybe it didn't constitute any kind of law enforcement.
Oh, well, let me give you assault with a deadly weapon, being attacked, assaults, harassing and threatening phone calls, hindering child custody agreement, child abuse, stalking.
Okay, those sound like some pretty legit things that you can call. What reporting agency was that?
Dallas, Addison. I had problems with Addison doing investigation. Garland, Longview. It's multiple. Tyler, Grand Prairie, Dangerfield. So that's why it's like I'm targeted by multiple different departments. But we still, in this call, we still have not made a common ground to get a resolution on how I can protect myself.
Okay, well, for one, if somebody's calling you, you can block the number so they don't call you back, okay? If you feel that somebody's watching you and there's somebody's following you, don't go back home. Call the 911 and let them know that somebody's following you and proceed to the nearest police department. It doesn't matter if you're...
The police is denying law enforcement and covering for it. So how do I get past the corrupt police and people abusing their power? and handcuffing me at the FBI. What do I do to protect myself? I'll call in all the way to Richardson because I can't get law enforcement in Dallas. I've been able to get law enforcement anywhere, but you're Richardson. So what is your take on being targeted by multiple police departments, denying me law enforcement and covering for crimes that happened to me?
Okay, ma'am, I don't have any knowledge of those things.
I'm just saying, if I how would I report it if all people do is say I don't have any knowledge of those things and cover for it? How do I protect myself if multiple departments are targeting me, covering for crimes and enforcing criminal activity out of corruption?
Okay, well, I would highly recommend that if you have 60 open investigations with Dallas, that you contact Dallas.
They're committing crimes. I told you that Internal Affairs had me leave for cover up. They're deliberately denying me law enforcement. So when police are so corrupt, when they violate your right to even go to court in multiple government entities, you just stay in it and let them keep getting away with this insanity. Because when you get to the degree to where you don't allow someone their constitutional right to go to court or even get mail, that's a level of corruption that I'd hate to see what the future holds for our country. If people keep getting allowed, keep continuing with this chaos.
Okay, well, I highly recommend that you contact somebody at Dallas PD and express.
Well, no, I'm trying to get out. I told you that Dallas PD is corrupt, so how do I report police officers being targeted?
Ma'am, like you said, speak to Internal Affairs.
In Medical City in Richardson? Yeah, I tried to speak with a social worker, and police came to interrupt me because I was getting blacklisted from getting any help.
Medical City's in Dallas.
Oh, because I was in Richardson. They sent me some location in Richardson. And Richardson Police, check it up. Check it, because Richardson Police, I believe it was Richardson, I'm almost positive, came out and interrupted me from speaking with a social worker.
Man, we don't have a Medical City.
Okay, what's the name of your hospital? What's the name of your hospital that you have in Richardson?
Okay, there's Methodist hospitals, but they have
that may be it. Can you check my information to see? Because I think it's pretty suspicious for police to interrupt staff from helping me get help with a social worker so I wouldn't be homeless. Because Dallas had me blacklisted. I don't know why Richardson would do it too.
Listen to me. Methodist police has their own department. Those hospitals have their own police officers that work there. We don't get dispatched there unless Methodist PD is asking for assistance from us.
Well, can you see? Look up my name and see what lie they put in there for police to intervene and me getting help to get off the streets all the way in Richardson?
Ma'am, I don't have access to Methodist files. Okay?
No, I asked you to look up. It was the Richardson Police. Can you look up my name with Richardson Police and see what kind of things that they put?
I've searched your name and you've never popped up before, with the exception of today.
Okay. Well, maybe it was another. I thought it was Richardson.
Yes, okay. So that's not with us. As I tried to explain to you, that's not with us. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry all that stuff's taking place, but it's unfortunately not here in Richardson. Okay.
Okay. Well, I have to check and see what department that was. I wasn't sure what hospital because I was transferred around to multiple different hospitals, and it's terrifying that police come in, terrorize staff, and violate them so they can violate me and not give me services. But abuse their power, come in as bullies, and entice organizations and businesses and social workers to deny someone services. Cell phone providers, CPS.
The bullying's going on by the police department now?
I told you I was targeted by multiple police departments. You didn't hear that? Yeah, you need it for the report. I'm targeted. It's a lot of crimes. I have 60-something reports that aren't getting investigated. Yeah.
How many reports?
60-something, over 60.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to go ahead and call back and verify, but that's the information that I've given you.
Okay, so am I going to get an investigator for this, or are you just doing a miscellaneous report where it won't get investigated for this too?
We're going to document this took place, okay?
Okay, so I don't know if 60-something reports have been documented and the investigation has been refused. How will that benefit me?
Ma'am, all this stuff that's taking place, it didn't take place at the hospital here in Richardson. So I'm trying to ascertain from you what all has taken place and where. I know you said you've got 60 open cases with Dallas and multiple other agencies that don't within the city limits of Richardson. You said since Dallas isn't doing anything, you're reaching far out to Richardson to see what's going on. So
okay, so what kind of charge is stalking that they're denying me? If I met someone online, so what do I need to say in terms, because I've been calling it domestic abuse, you say that that's not domestic abuse, that's just considered stalking?
No.
If it's if it's a past
stalking,
person I dated online.
Ma'am, would you let me explain, please? You've asked me a question, and I'm trying to explain to you, but you keep talking over me.
Because I call the domestic abuse hotline, and they say it is. I don't know why people don't want me to know my rights, but okay, go ahead.
Are you going to listen, ma'am?
I said go ahead, sir.
Okay. It's not domestic. If it's domestic, what I was more concerned with was to make sure that it's not domestic. Both things are equally horrible, but if it's domestic, I want to make sure that you're safe, that you're not further being assaulted or anything else. Since it's not something that's physical, it's a person that's driving by or he said he's checking up on you, putting bad remarks on your YouTube channel, things of that nature. I was trying to ascertain, is it something that's physical, that's ongoing, and are you in danger right now? Doesn't sound like you are, so...
Okay, I'm just trying to get some distinction on what is considered domestic abuse, because I thought if you met someone online and dated them and they claimed that they were going to marry you, and then they hired people to violate you, harass you, and mistreat you, that was a form of domestic abuse. And you're saying that it's not?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so then what is considered domestic abuse? So I know the right terminology to use when I discuss my situation.
Man, we just covered that. That's if somebody's being physically abusive to you, things of that nature. Like normally we go out on family violence calls. It's unfortunate people can speak ugly to each other all the time. That happens a lot. We see that every day.
Oh no, let me reiterate. Okay, it's harassment.
Let me explain, yes or no?
Well, I think there's a misunderstanding because you said that people can speak ugly to each other all the time. I don't know why you would interrupt me getting the proper terminology of my experience. It's not that just people are speaking ugly. I have been, someone has ran me off the road. A gun has been pulled on me. I have been attacked. I have been assaulted, and I think he's behind it.
Okay.
I've already stated that, and then when I try to reiterate to you what's going on, you interrupt me like you're covering for it. And you're completely random police.
I'm complete random police?
Well, I've never talked to the Richardson PD before. So I don't know, unless they were the ones that, came in and intervened and social workers helping me or giving me any kind of assistance for housing.
Ma'am,
I saw them there, and that's not the only hospital or situation that police came in and bullied staff so they would bully and violate me. I witnessed it multiple times. And it's pretty terrifying when police come and intervene as bullies to prevent you from getting help to escape them.
Okay, listen, I'm sorry that occurred.
But so that's you're just saying that stalking, that's only considered stalking if he set that up, police to violate me? That you're saying that that's not family violence, all that stuff that occurred is just stalking and that's it?
Man, you're all over the place. You bounce from one thing to another.
Okay, are you gaslighting me, sir? This is a completely random Richardson because Dallas is abusive and hang up in my face. They claim they're Dallas. I don't know what's happening. But if all this went on, why would you speak to me in that manner and say I'm all over the place? Because it seems like you're all over the place because you're misunderstanding my communication of my experience. So if the police have came in and interrupted me from getting services, bullied me and bullied staffs to make sure that they did not give me services that I was requesting, abusing their power at multiple different locations, enticing hotels to scheme with them to deny me services and put me out, I witnessed it. Setting up for restaurants to mistreat me and scheme so I can't be there.
Okay, ma'am, have you talked to whatever?
I asked you what it's called. I asked you what it's called.
Okay. Well, I wasn't there, but it could either be that a disturbance was being caused and the location asked police to intervene. I'm not sure if that's what happened or not.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It's really hard to progress on my phone. What I'm saying is if I've been assaulted, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, assaults, pickpocketing, ran off the road, trapped on trains, and all this chaos is going on.
Tripped on trains?
Trapped on a DART train. July 4th, 4:08 a.m. on the Green Line going to Buckner. I got aborted at the West End. The driver trapped me on the train while I was getting threatened. Would not open the door so I could be trapped on the train getting threatened. Dark police cover for it and wouldn't take a report. On camera footage with sound.
Okay, so you did call the police when that took place?
But we still are not moving forward on what this situation is called. With all that going on, what would be the right terminology for me describing my situation?
You're not being provided with police service?
Sir, I'm trying to figure out if the reason why police intervene and me reporting things to my telephone company is that these calls aren't authentic. Multiple parties are not behaving in the manner that they should. And restrict education information from me all over the place. If the government gets to the extreme to where they counterfeit calls and cover for that being done, my life's already in jeopardy. I think that maybe you guys are conspirators in identity theft. And you do this to multiple other people and pretend like you're other people. So you're using this for abuse to slander me and mistreat me and keep me from escaping. But I think it's the same tools that identity thieves use. And I think the reason why people are protecting this man to such a great extreme is maybe their business partners. I don't know what he does for a living. It doesn't make sense that he'd be able to pay for all this insanity to break into someone's phone and counterfeit all these calls and do all this damage. I think that you guys are conspirators in identity theft. I think that the government is abusing power to the degree to where they're stealing money from citizens. They're covering up for it. So they need to frame me with the mental illness. Nobody would ever believe my stories. And they're protecting him with an extreme because they're business partners. So, sir, you have been all over the place and then blaming me. You know, I don't know how long this is going to go on. Like I have already stated, my life's already in jeopardy. So, hey, I might as well expose the criminal activity. I don't know what to do, sir. You're denying all the way out in Richardson. You're playing games, too.
Okay, so you reached all the way out to us to try and get help, and I'm trying to help you.
Sir, you're not. I asked you a simple question. If all that chaos was going on, what was that be considered, and you're playing games?
No, ma'am. You are going from somebody driving by, planting cameras, doing this, to being trapped on a train,
That's my abuse, sir. One party's abuse. It's all the chaos in one abusive situation. You have yet to tell me what that is. What is that considered for me to report and get investigation from? For